everyone, so I'm back in front of the camera today. So today I'm going to be talking about slugging, and I've seen so many controversial topics about it at the moment on social media, where you've got people that are all for it, or those people that are just completely against it.
Yeah. We need to understand where slugging comes from, right? So one of the common things that we do at the clinic is an ablative CO2 laser on erbium YAG laser. So we remove layers of the skin to promote more collagen. So for some reason, it's a great Korean trend, slugging, but you can make this trend better for you. And no one's talking about this, but we're gonna talk about how you can slug properly, safely, which inexpensive products you can buy from the high street, which mid-range products you can buy to get the most from your slugging routine, and also small finities in terms of your different skin types.
So why do people do it?
The main thing is that you're trying to restore that skincare barrier, right? So if you've got an impaired skin barrier, and that can be if you've got dry skin, combination skin, but also conditions such as psoriasis, eczema, you want to repair that barrier.
Of course,
If you've got decent skin and you just want to elevate, then hey, you can do slugging as well. So we're going to teach you how to do that. So the first thing is, okay, you've got to cleanse your skin, right? So what do you recommend cleansing the skin with?
So I may use the foaming cleanser, which is nice and gentle, or I might use something like a salicylic cleanser just so that it can go a little bit deeper and remove any extra debris that I might have. Or I would double cleanse and I might use both. So I'll start with the gentle one and then I will go to the salicylic one after.
So the one that I've seen you use is the ice clinical one, because it's got a mixture of glycolics, salicylic and lactic acid, right? And it's all plant-based. And actually I find that when I use that twice daily, it's quite drying to my skin.
It does dry my skin,
when you're slugging, that's a good one to use because it really gets rid of everything.
And it takes all my makeup off, which is amazing.
But if you're going to use brands like CeraVe, I think you double cleanse. And I think that just gets rid of everything.
But I think if you use SPF and you use makeup during the day, I think it's always a good idea to double cleanse anyway.
Yeah, and the main thing why you're cleansing is because you're getting rid of all the kind of toxins and also debris. Because when you're going to occlude it with the petroleum jelly, then you're going to keep bacteria in there in essentially a warm environment, and you can get breakouts. So this first step of thoroughly cleansing the skin is really important. I don't recommend using any facial tools or anything like that at this stage, because that can introduce bacteria.
Exactly.
So that's the first step. Second step is the one that is different from online, and this is what I think will elevate your slugging practice, and that is actually, depending on your skin type, doing a treatment at this point in time. So if you've got very kind of sensitive skin, then maybe you don't want to introduce so much strong acids. But for example, and I've got it here, you've got the Inky List Mandelic Acid Treatment. This is something for sensitive skin that you can actually use at this point in time. So you're going to get a benefit from the process. So you can use the Mandelic Acid. If you're prone to kind of oily skin, and the superstar product that everyone talks about, can use this. There is a video on the YouTube channel of me saying how you can do this safely, and basically, that was before slugging was a trend, and what I basically said was slugging, but there's a link to that, but you can use the ordinary, but cautiously. If you don't have sensitive skin, you're not prone to hyperpigmentation, you can use this. Yeah,
and guys, I'll tell you one thing, please be very careful when you're layering your actives and then slugging on top, because it can be quite dangerous at the same time if you don't actually know what you're doing.
Yeah, so just stick to the products and stuff that we tell you over here.
Or come and see a practitioner in one of our clinics and we can actually tell you how to do it nice and safely.
Yeah, so if you want to do it slowly, because you can prep for a week. I like this one because Drunk Elephant, so the glycolic night serum, you can use that 3 or 4 days. Whoops. You can use that 3 or 4. I do like the product. I didn't mean to throw it.
He just likes throwing things at me.
I just like throwing things. But look, you can use the glycolic serum. That can really exfoliate the skin quite nicely, gently beforehand. This is one that was given to you, right?
That was gifted to me.
That was gifted to you from Dermalogica. So, and it's the multi-vitamin power recovery mask. I use this. I did get a little bit of irritation, but I found it did really kind of smooth the skin.
Actually, I felt that. It did smooth my skin, and actually, it felt quite soft after.
So that's it. So that's the second step, and then you've got to cleanse that again, right? So you cannot leave these acids on the skin. So once it does what it does, you need to wash it off. So that's even the Drunk Elephant serum after like kind of 10-15 minutes, you need to wash that off. So what's the next step then?
So ideally you'd want to introduce a humectant, something like hyaluronic acid, because you want to draw water to the surface of your skin.
So like there's many different things that you can use, and you can tailor it to your skin. So one of the ones that I like is the Ordinary, the natural moisturizing factors. I kind of like this because it just feels really nice on the skin, and it's great after I've used certain acids. You've got some lipids to also kind of like repair the skin after you've done that kind of intense treatment. So that's quite nice. You've got the CeraVe hydrating hyaluronic acid
I
serum.
really like that.
That's quite nice, and you know, a lot of people like to use CeraVe range in slugging because obviously it's ceramide based, and that's what you're basically doing.
Yeah, it's just really moisturizing,
allowing your skin to build more ceramides. Then you got the Inky List hyaluronic acid.
That's actually a nice one too.
Cheap as chips, you know, does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, I literally mix that with my makeup, by the way, guys, and it literally glides on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it looks very nice. If you suffer from pigmentation, so you could have done like the glycolic acid prep, like I said beforehand, but then you can actually be a little bit more clever because you've got the Ordinary vitamin C suspension with HA spheres. So if you've got a formulation, and I know the Inky List do another one as well, if you've got a formulation that has vitamin C in it and hyaluronic acid at this point, then that's great, because the aim of this step is to put in molecules that attract water. If you slug over the top of this, you are going to have problems because your skin's going to be really dry when you do this. So, you know, putting hyaluronic acid is not moisturizing your skin. It's going to draw moisture in from maybe the surface of the skin, and the surface of the skin is going to get drier. So you want to put a moisturizer on, full of things like ceramides, good stuff, glycerin-based kind of moisturizers, and they really help. I've got your recommendations. So your first recommendation is the moisturizing lotion from CeraVe, which is really nice because obviously it's got the 3 essential ceramides.
Yeah, it's so nice. I literally use it on my whole body as well.
Yeah, I like this for body. Yeah. I use a salicylic acid.
Yeah, I even use it on my kids, so it's great. It's very gentle.
So like you're seeding with hyaluronic acid, then you're locking that in, so you're getting the moisture from this. This gets down at different depths, which is really important. And then you've got other ones. So you've got the squalane, okay?
Yeah, it's
and this
one of
is
my favorite products.
the top tip of the video is that instead of putting oil on, if you're acne prone and you're worried about breakouts after slugging, which can definitely occur, use squalane.
Yep.
Because squalane locks in that moisture too, and fantastic. You love
and
this
actually,
product, right?
I actually prefer it to hyaluronic acid, to be honest, because I feel like it's just super hydrating, and I just feel like it's far superior to it. If
you've done a deep, intense resurfacing treatment, then you maybe want to put some oils on, particularly if you're wanting to do anti-aging and you've been a bit more aggressive with that first couple of steps. So oil-based things are quite nice. You've got the rose hip oil, and then also you've got the luxury marula oil. You know, if you saw my review on like Drunk Elephant, I think the products are nice, but I think it's really quite expensive. So if you're doing slugging, just buy a small bottle like this, and I think that's going to be a lot more worth it.
I haven't actually tried that one.
Yeah.
So I think
do you want to try it?
I'll give it a go. Yeah, why not?
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's in there?
It's just one ingredient, the marula oil. That's it.
Oh wow, it's amazing.
It's one ingredient, but it's knowing formulations. It's pretty inexpensive oil. So what it's priced at is quite a high price point. So the last step, which is slugging, okay? Stay tuned, there's gonna be a bonus tip for like psoriasis patients at the end, because as you guys know, I suffer from psoriasis. But which products do you recommend for slugging?
What's good about Vaseline? So firstly, it's the most occlusive one. It's the least allergenic one, so you're less likely to get any allergies to it. And it's the least irritating one. However, it is the least hydrating one. So it locks in the moisture that you already have in your skin, but it doesn't bring any additional moisture to the skin. So if you're looking for something that's for hydration, I would say that Vaseline would be my least favorite. So now let's see what's good about the CeraVe Healing Ointment. So firstly, it has mineral oil, it has ceramides, it contains vitamin E, it contains hyaluronic acid, and it contains panthenol. I find this is more hydrating than the Vaseline, but less hydrating than the Aquaphor. So Aquaphor, what's inside it? So it has mineral oil, it has panthenol for extra soothing, it has glycerin, which is a great humectant, and a great moisturizer. It has bisabolol, which is another soothing ingredient, which is really great. And it also has something called lanolin. This is a super hydrating ingredient, but you must be careful as it's the one that some of you may have an allergy to because it's made from wool. And actually I discovered this ingredient when I was breastfeeding, funnily enough. I actually used it on my breast when I was breastfeeding to heal the cuts in my skin because it was so sore. And actually I used it on my lips too, and I still sometimes use it on my lips when they're chapped because it's just so moisturizing, and it's super like thick and creamy, and it stays on there for such a long time.
That's a good tip. Okay, fine. So these are pretty effective techniques, right? So, you know, we've given actually the newest slugging techniques. Just note, you know, step one, if we're summarizing, is you're going to cleanse the skin.
Yeah.
2, if you want to do something and you've got too much dead skin or impaired skin barrier, you have to choose your acid wisely.
Yeah.
You don't have to use an acid in that step. Then 3, you're going to be putting the humectants in, so seeding with things like hyaluronic acid base. This is the great time that if you've got a good hyaluronic acid serum with other actives in there, specific to your condition, then you can use that. Then you're going to lock in the moisture with good moisturizers, and we've talked about quite a few of them. They're also down in the description below. And then the final step, like you said, is choosing one of the sluggers, and there's kind of 3 main sluggers out there. My bonus tip now is, look, I suffer from psoriasis, and you know, at this slugging type of thing, in areas where you do have psoriasis, there's actually a prescriptive medication, essentially is topical vitamin D. So calcitriol. The trade name is Silkis, of the one that I like to prescribe, and is actually FDA approved for psoriasis lesions, and it's really for patients that don't want to use so much steroids, and I use that at the end of my routine of slugging in those specific areas, and it really helps my psoriasis. So, you know, you can layer it like that, and you can put very small amounts of that. So, you know, ask your doctor maybe to look at that and see if they can prescribe it. Like I said, it's not medical advice. Everything over here is not medical advice. Yes, I have a working relationship with Galderma that produce it, but I'm really for that. And for over the years, it has really stopped me using steroids on my face, which we know are bad.
So that's a wrap from us, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you liked what you saw, then please like and subscribe, and we shall see you all soon.
Any comments or any questions, just let us know below and we'll answer it. And we're always releasing new content, so if you want us to release anything, just let us know. And you'll also be notified as well, like when we actually release new videos, which is nearly every week now.